Good morning and welcome to your Chapter 1 Math Review. I'm just going to take a couple minutes and I'm going to go through the review sheet that you have in the Stream section in your Google Classroom. All right. And this way, if you have any questions about anything, you can always rewind this video and rewatch my discussion. So first you've got here a place value chart. All right, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. The key thing to keep in mind here is that each time you go up into a new place value, you're multiplying by 10, right? So the tens place is 10 times more than the ones place. The hundreds place is 10 times more than the tens place. And the opposite is true as well, right? The hundreds place is 10 times less than the thousands place, or 1/10 of, all right? We also spent some time at the beginning of this year talking about properties of addition and multiplication. The associative property, right, is all about these parentheses. In this case, 4 times 5 are grouped together. In this case, 2 times 4 is grouped together. But you can see the order of the numbers, 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5 is the same. And remember, these work for multiplication and addition. So you've got examples of each. The commutative property is all about reversing the order of numbers, right? So 3 times 5 times 6 is the same thing as 5 times 3 times 6. The 5 and the 3 switched places. The identity property of multiplication just says that if we multiply by 1, our number stays the same. And if we add by 0, our number stays the same. And then the distributive property, remember, tells us that we can split up the second number. So in this case, 26 was split up into 20 and 6, and then we can just distribute the 9, right? 9 times 20 and 9 times 6. If we add those together, we will get our answer. Our factors, remember, are numbers, two numbers that can be multiplied together to make a product. So how can we get 15? Well, 1 times 15 and 3 times 5. So the factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15. And multiples are similar but different. Multiples are what you get when you skip count. So multiples of 9, 9, 18, 27, 36. Multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. I already just talked about this a little bit, but place value patterns, what number's 10 times more and what number's 1/10 of. Remember the song, base 10 is my hero. You just add some zeros, multiply by less than 1, take away some zeros, son. So if we are looking for a number that's 10 times more, we're just going to add a 0. So 9,000 is 10 times more than 900. I just added one extra 0. And then 1/10 of, take away some zeros, son. So what's 1/10 of 900? Take away 1 0, and we get 90. So here's a table. You can study this table. Make sure you understand it. Different ways to write numbers: standard form, word form, and expanded form. All right. Pretty self-explanatory. Powers of 10. The key thing here, guys, remember, is the base is the 10. This is the number that we're multiplying by itself. The exponent, the 4, tells me how many times to multiply it, right? So 10 to the 4th means I'm going to multiply 10 by itself 4 times. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Or you can simply look at the exponent, and that tells you how many zeros to add. So 10 to the 4th, there should be 4 zeros. Are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly. 10 to the 2nd, we got 2 zeros. Okay, we can also add multiply a number to that, right? So 5 times 10 to the 4th would be a 5 with 4 zeros after it. 5 times 10 to the 2nd, a 5 with 2 zeros after it. Okay. Then we also did some multiplication. We multiplied by a 1-digit number or a 2-digit number. The key thing here, guys, is to multiply that number in the ones place by the ones, then the tens, then the hundreds, right? We're always moving from the right to the left. The only difference when we multiply by a 2-digit number is that magic 0. Remember, many zoos, many animals. Multiply, right? Multiply your 1, 6 times 3, 6 times 5 equals 318. Zoos, add that 0. Then we're going to multiply by the tens place. 2 times 3, 2 times 5 equals 106. And then final last step, add them together. Okay. Last thing, estimating. Sometimes we don't need an exact number. We just need an estimate. So here, remember, you're going to either round to the nearest 10 or 100. You want a number that ends in nice zeros to make it really easy to round. The rule here is 5 to the sky, 4 to the floor. So 525 times 31. we can round 525. If we look at the number next door, that 2, right, tells me if I should go up or down. Obviously, 2 is less than 4, so that 2 is going to go down. 525 becomes 500. It's much closer to 500 than 600. And then 31, if we've got that, we look at that 3. We look next door to the 1. The 1 tells me again I have to go down. So 500 times 30. 5 times 3 is 15. Add 3 zeros. 15,000. Okay. Now that you've done that review, in a minute, I'm going to ask you to look through those notes and just make sure you understand everything. But before your teacher center, I need you to make yourself a bingo board. We're going to play bingo during your teacher center. Your bingo board should have 16 boxes altogether. So all you have to do is draw 1, 2, 3 lines down, 1, 2, 3 lines across. Make sure you end up with 16 boxes. And then I want you to number those boxes in any random order. So here I've got the numbers 1 through 16. I'm going to use each of those numbers. So let's see, I'm going to put let's say 1, 2, 3. You can do this in any order you want. I'm just going to go up to 16, but I'm going to put them in random boxes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like so. Okay, so number these boxes, 16 boxes, number them 1 through 16, but make it random, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a number. I'm going to say, okay, we're doing number 3. And if you get that one right, you get to cross out box number 3. You get 4 in a row, and you get a bingo. Okay, so again, number these boxes 1 through 16 in random order. All right, I'll be in the meet if you have questions or don't get it.